My name's Drew, that's Carly, and today we're going on some of our favorite passes and we're happy to have you here with us. This video is going to be a little less serious, but if you stick with us, we're going to have some good views, some good laughs, and hopefully we'll end up in an Alpine lake today.
We got through the intro and narration. Drew is already here. Something must have changed with the plan. I know what I said, but the plan is still simple. We hadn't just signed up for a scenic Alpine pass and a quiet mountain lake, which is already perfect for Carly to finally live out her dream of paddleboarding at elevation. But unbeknownst to us, we were also about to share the trail with a few, let's call them pocket-sized guardians of the mountain. Tiny, watchful, and apparently very opinionated about who gets to pass through their territory.
Carly, give an explanation. What is Alpine?
Above tree line, because I know that. And you don't have to explain it. Am I right? Okay, now I feel very insecure. Am I right? Drew. Drew. No!
As we continued to get closer to the summit, the mountain began to reveal some of its personality to us. Starting with the wise whistling marmot, which is described in Alpine folklore. Nicknamed this due to the way they're not only prepared, but because of the calls they give to warn their community. Marmots are also deemed wise as they know when it's the right time to slow down, rest, and take in that scenery, as well as know when it's just as good of a time to move on. And honestly, it felt like a great reminder for us. So we took the advice of the wise marmot and made a quick stop for some fun. It was just as the tires began to move that I heard it call out to me. The call of the mountain guardians. A small community of fuzzy pika scattered throughout the rocks had started to announce our arrival. Sorry about filming more.
Sorry.
Sorry about not having mics, but this is a moment for Carly and I. There's a little rodent that lives here at Alpine that we've always wanted to see. It's called the pika, and their range is so small, and I always just missed the season. But now we are in a terrace field, surrounded by them. And I'll try and get some video of it, but this is a big moment for me. Right after that clip, the wind got so crazy. My camera was not good enough to capture the best of what was happening with the pikas. But even if you weren't able to see them clearly, they made sure that you could hear them everywhere around us. Later in this video, I'll actually go deeper into pikas, what they are, and how we can better support these struggling alpine guardians. But for now, just like the pikas slipping back into their rocky homes, it was time for us to also get moving. As I had said, the wind was very strong. When we reached the peak, we were only able to get a very quick video of Carly out by the sun. And just like that, the summit and all of its Rocky Mountain Terrace friends were left behind us. The next stop, the water.
All right, we made it to our spot one. Carly, what are we doing?
On that lake.
Quick update. So we have found our camp and these beautiful aspens. Carly's set up all the way back there. She's admiring a bird. Uh, but camp is all set up. We made ourselves some dinner. But that is probably going to be it from us. Sorry. I don't know about you, but to me, one of the highlights of that trip was stumbling into that entire field of pika. Those little fuzzy mountain dwellers that make such an adorable eat. For me, that was a dream come true. So, who are these creatures? Well, pika are small, furry mammals that live in the rabbit family. Specifically, live in Rocky Mountain talus fields, mostly at high elevations from 7,000 feet to 14,000 feet. Fun fact, they don't hibernate in the snow like most other mammals. They stay active all year round, foraging and storing vegetation in little hay piles to sustain throughout the winter. But why I am so interested in pikas and believe that you should be too, is that they are specifically interesting and really important as they show how sensitive an ecosystem can be. See, scientists call this an indicator species, which means that changes in pika populations can signal broader shifts in the health of the overall ecosystem there in the Rocky Mountains, particularly due to climate change. Unlike us, pikas live on the edge of a thermal tolerance. Their bodies are tuned to the cold, and even just a few degrees of sustained heat can push them right past that edge of what they're able to handle. With the snow patterns changing, specifically like this year, there's more rain on snow events, which is when the rain comes first, freezes, and then snow on top of that. Pika need that area in between to still be able to eat the vegetation and keep that insulation from the sun and the cold with that thick snow layer. Due to pikas actually being indicator species, scientists have observed that the pika populations are starting to disappear from the lower elevations, all shifting upslope as the planet continues to warm. And that's why it was so special to me to see something like that, because it's becoming less common, and why communities and researchers are teaming up to learn even more about them. That's right, one of the coolest efforts is actually right here in Colorado. It's called the COLORADO PIKA PROJECT, started over a decade ago by the Front Range PIKA Project, which partners with the local Denver Zoo. It trains everyday people into becoming pika patrollers. Volunteers hike the mountain slopes, listen for calls, recording sites, and collecting overall habitat data, all of which goes together to help scientists understand climate change and how it's overall affecting the pikas and the Rocky Mountain ecosystems over a longer term. The Colorado Pika Project has actually won awards for its overall community science-driven aspect. The data that's all gathered helps land managers make informed decisions to protect the alpine ecosystems and keeps people all connected to our natural worlds and ecosystems. And that's why this video hasn't ended yet. We are actually right now on our way to the Denver Zoo in order to show you how you can locally support the Colorado Pika Project by stopping at the Pika Conservation booth and buying something and donating money there. I always told myself that until I saw a talus field full of pika, I wouldn't allow myself to buy anything from the local zoo. But now I can, and you can too, by going to the Denver Zoo. And here is where I'm going to show you the booth. This is where the booth is. All of this money, it goes right back into that. And maybe if you care just enough, you too can become a pika patroller and help scientists around the world better understand our Rocky Mountain ecosystems. We're currently at the Denver Zoo, where you can buy various pika merchandise. And by stopping by, donating, and just buying merchandise, you'll be directly supporting the Colorado Pika Project, which means more boots on the ground, more data collected, and more efforts to better understand these little critters, all in efforts because their world is just truly defined by climate change. As I'm heading out, I want to give one final reminder that these fuzzy little critters may be small, but every bit of support goes towards keeping them a part of the mountain soundscape for generations to come. Until next time, thanks again for all your support. This is my little new pika, my new shirt. Go support the Colorado Pika Project. Oh man, this tag was there the whole time. I just realized. That's embarrassing. You should go back 30 seconds and see if it's still there. But